Ellis, Shuan, say what's up to the people.
What's up, everybody?
All right, so this is gonna be our first live show. You guys have been asking for this, so we finally delivered. First of all, Happy New Year. Welcome to the year 2025. For all my 80s babies out there, when they were born in 85, this is our year.
Wow.
Finally turned 40.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that. This is the year of reckoning. This is basically the episode name for the show. Sean, we're going to recap the fall 2024 championship. Wasn't very interesting, as it seems that there's a common theme there with the championship games. We haven't had very many good ones. It seems like the semifinals is always the best, the classic games. But that being said, congratulations to Lightwork winning the fall 2024 championship. They got the win 85-59. We're going to talk about that in just a second. Just a kind of disappointing matchup. The one thing that we said that could be a possibility to happen happened. Jersey Village did not shoot the ball well. Yeah. We said if they weren't going to shoot the ball well, then that could be a problem. Yeah. And it definitely was. They were definitely underwhelmed as far as size goes. It was a mismatch size-wise. The only rim protection they had was Eric. Eric did a pretty decent job defensively, but offensively didn't bring a lot, and really the whole team didn't.
No. It was it's weird. First off, shout out to Lightwork. I think at the beginning of the season, coming in, I want to say we had them ranked 5th or 6th, and that was kind of a lot that was based off when we felt like there was a dysfunction of that team in the past. Mm-hmm. And school, worm, whatever y'all like to call him, he kind of came in with a plan. And he told me that it was going to come to fruition. Did I believe him? I was optimistic, but I wouldn't say that I was 100% a believer. And, it was kind of like the March Madness, the hot team, or a team gets hot at the right time. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what happened to them. Not to blame this on Hip Hop and Roll or Ricardo and that crew, but we were talking about this. That game where they kind of made that immaculate comeback against them, where they were down 7 points, and probably was I would say that the regular season game of the year. They made a great comeback against Hip Hop and Roll. And again, I think we even posted this game where they won in overtime, in double overtime, actually. What was the overtime?
I think it was overtime.
It was just regular overtime. They came back and won. I think that was the game where I think they became believers themselves, where it was like, we can't lose. It's an impossibility that we can lose a game. And they carried that same attitude into the playoffs, and they had another really good game against Hip Hop Bro in the playoffs in the semis, where I think they probably feel like, this was somewhat of a get back, but they just looked like the better team the whole time. If you remember that game at all, then going into the final, I just felt like, and I picked them. I actually picked them.
I was wrong.
Yeah, Kev was wrong. Happens a lot. Quite often, guys.
Whatever you say.
Where, I said that I felt like they were the hot team, and I felt like it was going to be them versus. I got the whole semis and finals correct.
Your playoff was pretty good.
Yeah, I did a pretty good job, man.
Yeah.
And I watched that, and Musa from Jersey Village, he actually said that, I'm going to show you. And he had reason to show me because they hadn't lost. But we kind of discussed all season, if they have a bad shooting game, the tide could turn. And I think in this situation, it kind of did. They didn't shoot very well. I want to say they shot 30% from the field in the final. And from three, I want to say they was even worse. I think they shot like 22% from three. So they just didn't shoot the ball well across the board. Even their best shooter, Ellis, he struggled. I think he shot 6-17 in the final. And the MVP candidate, they basically, I don't know if this was part of their game plan, we'll have to talk to Worm about that, but they basically forced him to be a shooter. He put up 9 threes. I don't think he had shot that many threes probably all season. And he shot 9 threes in the final and made 2 from Eric. So I think they came in with a great game plan, but they just kind of had that tenacity. Me against the world type attitude, and they just played like that, and they hammered him. They just had a great playoff run. It's kind of very similar to that 3-and-D run from that one summer season. It's funny too, because they got some of the same parts, right? I think Deshaun was on that. Well, no, Deshaun was on that team.
Yeah.
Deshaun was, yeah. And Chef. and they kind of brought that over to Lightberg, and they just kind of really just got after him early. And Alex, man, I think he was the
and Trey.
And Trey was on the team as well. Wow,
It's three of them.
it was three of them.
Yeah.
Wow, all two-time champions now.
Yeah.
Deshaun, a three-time champion. Start calling him playoff Deshaun because his playoffs and finals have been unbelievable the last 2 seasons. But they just kind of came. But the difference, the tide turn was Alex. Alex dominated early in that game, and when the game was still close, he was the guy that kind of really just kind of took him to the next level. And Alex Marks, by the way, not Alex from Jersey Village, and he just kind of took him to the next level. He rebounded. He got a nasty dunk. Off the rim. It was just like they didn't have an answer. And once I think that happened, then Trey got going, and then Deshaun was dominant. Yeah, Deshaun was just dominant, and it was just they just didn't have the answers to the questions this time, unfortunately. But the good thing is they have an opportunity to come back, hopefully next season, and get over the top. They had but that's kind of the crazy thing about it. Teams don't run the table often in this league, and so
More pressure.
It's just a lot of pressure, and they had a pretty dominant 9 games. I would say they were dominant in 6 of those 9 games, and unfortunately, they just fell short in the final against, like I said, just the hottest team. So shout out to everybody who participated. Shout out to Chosen Bullets. Shout out to what's my guy? Not Flint Tropics. Ball Up Top. I think all had a really, really good season. But I think the right team definitely won the championship.
Yeah, and you called it, Sean. Like you talked about how Lightwork was looking in the later stages of the season, and we kept saying it too. Like if you go back and look at some of the power rankings, some of the conversations we had on the podcast, we talked about is Lightwork being slept on? Is Lightwork being slept on?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say that they were.
Yeah.
They looked really, really good when it really, really mattered. And once you get it rolling, once you get it going, when you're not used to losing, you know what I mean? I know Jersey Village was undefeated coming into that point, but if you look back, when the playoffs started, they looked a little bit different. There was a little chink in the armor. It didn't look like they were as dominant. But looking back at Lightwork, it was the total opposite. They had the recipe to win. They had the pedigree. They had everything. There really were no weaknesses per se. Some might point to their shooting, but I couldn't tell.
No.
They were shooting the ball extremely where everybody was.
Yeah, and I think that's what confidence does, though. I think you start doing things that I think people would call you're accustomed to doing. And I think we all knew they could get downhill, drive, kick, finish around the rim. Not to mention Paul, who's another MVP candidate. Paul is kind of like the most unassuming player in the league because you kind of just really don't pay him no mind. He's out there. You're like, he's having a good game. Then you look up, he has 29, 12, and 4. Like, you'll be like, what? Yeah. You just thought he had about 13, 14 points. It's like, no, this dude's been killing you.
Yeah.
And so I think when you add him in, because you're not even thinking about him a lot of times, you're looking at kind of the splash plays that Alex makes, and that Trey may make, or Twin or Chef. But then you look up and Paul's kind of been the ringleader. He's the glue. He's kind of guy that's putting up all the points and the rebounds. So I mean, they're just a well put together team, man. You got shout out to Worm, man. You put a really good team together, man. And I think they're gonna be a tough out for anybody. It just is what it is. Even when they come back, and we'll get to what they'll be playing in tomorrow, but they're just gonna be a tough out for anybody, man. Even some of our older teams who are talking about possibly coming back for this season. It seems like an easy team to beat, man. They won't be an easy team to beat. And I expect them to have success going forward.
Yeah, I like it. All right, now speaking of this year, the winter 2025 season, sounds weird saying that, but we're here. Winter 2025 season is upon us. Very, very close, right around the corner. A couple things we want to talk about. First of all, guys, make sure you have your team and payments in at a respectable time.
Yes.
Make sure that you have everything in line. We're gonna talk about let's talk about the teams first. Sean, about how many teams are you thinking of for this season?
It'll be between 8 to 10 again. We're coming off a really strong summer and a very, very good fall. The expectation, a lot of people reached out. A lot of people want to play. But like I said, it always comes down to, we all want to play, right?
The business.
It comes down to the business. You guys just got to make sure you have your payments in. You get your payments in, and you're guaranteed in regardless. And I'm just going to say it too, the chunk me 20 here, chunk me 20 here, those days are going to be over with, fellas. I can't. It's too much to you chunking me some money here, chunking me some money there. No, guys, you got to get your payments in. You get your payments in, that's how you guarantee the end period, and you're playing. Obviously, we try to create the best possible league for you, the best possible experience for you. So in order for us to do that, gotta have bills got to be paid in order for us to do that. So just make sure you're just taking care of your bills. Hey, I know the holiday season just hit, Christmas just hit. I completely understand that. Hey, you know what I'm saying? My pocket's a little bit lighter too right now. But look, I give you, I think the last game was December 18th, December 19th. That was our last week.
About a month.
So it's a little bit more than a month, So guys, just take care of your business and just be ready to kind of start getting your payments in soon. So we can definitely put out the best possible product for you guys that we need to put out. But I have an expectation to have a great season. I don't think we've had any bad seasons.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. So you know what you're going to get with the experience. We're always going to add to the experience, and you're going to go to some of those new things we'll do.
Yeah. Now, a couple of things we want to talk about as far as the logistics in season. Just to reiterate the replay rules. A challenge can only happen the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. It cannot happen prior to that. If there's a play that happens at 2 minutes and 1 second and the whistle is blown, we look at the clock and it says 2 minutes and 1 second. Unfortunately, you cannot challenge. I'm so sorry. It can only happen at 2 minutes, and under. You can challenge, and you must have at least one timeout to make that happen. If you have no timeouts, doesn't matter. If there's a play, let's say you controversial play, you win your challenge, you don't get to retain your challenge, even though you only get one. And if there's a play where a review needs to be made, that's going to be at the referee's discretion. They don't have to honor it. No. So you guys that like to bark and fight with the referees, probably not a good idea when it's a close game and you actually need them, because they can say, no, I don't want to review it. No, I'm good with my call. That's their call.
Yeah.
So, just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I think, look, speaking of referees, there's no situation where the referees are going to be perfect. I get that. They're going to get some wrong. But they're going to get the majority of them right. They're going to get 98% of the calls correct. It just is what it is. It's going to be probably 2 to 3% of the calls that they probably don't get correct game to game. All right, so you guys got to keep that in mind. From being a player and a coach, when you're in the midst of it, your mind is not there. You're just thinking that what you're thinking is right. It just is what it is. That's just kind of the nature of it. I like I say, even as a coach, I watch way more film now when I was coaching. So when I would go back, when I took my emotion out of the situation, I would actually look at the call. Like I said, majority of the time, the referee got it right. I could see where the referee was coming from when I took the emotion completely out of the call. Here and there, they get it wrong. But we just have to always be respectful of the referees. And look, if you're not respectful of the referees, guess what? They can give you a tick, and now can they give you a tick? They throw you out. If you are ejected from a game, and guys, let's do this as a team this year. Let's try to have the most minimal amount of ejections this season.
Might have been an all-time high.
Yeah. Let's really try to have the most minimal amount of ejections, because when you're ejected, yes, you have to leave the gym. Mm-hmm. And then if you don't leave the gym, it can get worse than that, where I might even have to spin you. I don't want to do that ever. Just and like I said, if you don't leave the gym as well, basically the game could be called. Like it'll basically be a forfeited game for your team where you guys are disqualified. So again, don't put your team in that situation. Don't put yourself in that situation. You can talk to the referees, and then if it's a situation where even if the referee's like, hey, I've had enough, I talk to my referees. I do want them to allow you to have a voice, but at the end of the day, that also slows down the pace of the game. Referee can't sit and talk to you the whole game. It's impossible. So again, when the referee said enough's enough, you need to play ball. Enough's enough, you need to play ball. Okay, we can't continue to stop the game and slow a pace. because you don't agree with the call. No, we're not gonna do
There have
that.
been times where the game should have been over
Yeah.
long time ago.
Yes, absolutely.
But we still that was a big ordeal. Now, I think last thing before we talk about our new format, jerseys.
Yes.
Gentlemen. So we're gonna heavily enforce the jersey situation. So we're using, for those that are new, that are just about to join and somehow found a way to this podcast, great. Thank you for the viewership. Thank you for all of that. We're going to strictly enforce wearing the correct jersey number. If your team has your own jerseys, make sure the number does not switch at all. I don't care what y'all got going on. Whatever you played in, that's what you're going to play in moving forward. It's not going to change. At any point during the season, your number must stay the same. Okay, this is Sports Visio, it's AI, artificial intelligence. So it's reading a jersey number. Yeah. So if you're not wearing the correct jersey number, they don't know who the heck you are.
Right.
Or if they have that number registered to somebody else, they think you're that person. That's just how it is. So please make sure you're wearing the correct jersey. And if you don't have your own jersey, if you're being provided a jersey, Sean takes time out of his day to organize it for you. Right. It's there.
Right.
You don't have to do anything but grab the jersey that you said you're going to play in. Stop grabbing any jersey. Right. What do you think he had it laid out for?
Yeah.
Just come on, y'all. Just okay.
Yeah. I didn't get that yet. Like towards the end of the season, guys were just grabbing jerseys and putting them on. Then I'm walking out the gym, walking back on, and you have the wrong jersey on. And then you got to think about it like this. We're all a team, fellas, so it's not just affecting your stats. So when you say, I don't care about my stats. Okay, I understand it, but it's just not affecting your stats. It's affecting other people's stats who actually care about their stats. So,
and we don't have the same jersey number for everybody. There might only be 119. So if you don't care about your stats, now the person that plays next, their jersey's gone and now they messed up.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all we all are working together, fellas. So again, it's an inconvenience to you to wear the same number every week. I mean, hey, Michael Jordan wore 23 his whole career. He wore 45 for a quick second. Yeah. So again, he wore 23 his whole career. He wasn't switching numbers.
And if you want to switch numbers next season, like Jordan did, cool. But this season,
yes,
just wear that one.
Exactly, fellas. So
that's it.
Make our job a little bit easier and definitely make it easier for yourself. I think that is easier for yourself when you know, like, I wear 30 every week. Yeah. So I'm just going to wear 30. It doesn't have to be a thing. So
all it takes is one person.
Yeah.
If one person does it wrong, the whole night, maybe the whole season might be messed up.
Right.
Just everybody wear the same jersey. Whatever you pick, that's it. Yes. And a lot of times, Sean, what it is, it's the new people.
Yeah.
It's the new people that come in. And not saying that they don't know. It's just they don't understand the importance of it.
Right. Correct.
So when I tell you, when you come to the table, whatever number you pick, you're sticking with this number. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like I said, heavily enforced. Not coming by. Matter of fact, we might not even lay the jerseys out.
You're right, yeah.
We're going to have to hand it to you to make sure. Now, if you have your own jersey number, for your own set of jerseys, you got to check in at the table. Yeah. You cannot just go in. We're not doing that no more. Because that's done, y'all. I'm serious. We're not doing that no more.
Yeah. It just causes too many issues. And like I say, I know it seems something like simple to you guys, but it makes it very difficult for us to make sure we are putting out a proper product for you guys. Mm-hmm. So again, just these are just kind of rules that we're just kind of going to make sure we enforce this season. And like I said, it's going to create the best product for us. Absolutely.
Kind of reminds me like my basketball team, how like I tell them, like, hey, practice, you need to wear a t-shirt and shorts. Yeah. Don't come to practice with jeans on, with your school uniform. Those kind of things piss me off, not gonna lie to you. And definitely don't come to the game. Oh, I lost the shorts. Don't tell me till you get to the game. I lost the shorts, so I got these all blacks. Is that gonna work? No, it's not gonna work. You're not playing. Okay? So we gonna do that same thing here.
And at the end of the day, we all grown men. I don't like babysitting grown men. No. And so just please do what we ask you to do, man.
Yeah. Now, last thing. We're gonna have a new format for Everyone's a Critic. So what I did a lot of thinking, a lot of soul searching with this podcast, and it's been going on for a while. Yeah. I believe the podcast started in 2016, if I'm not mistaken. It's been going on since 2016, and we're approaching 10 years. And after a while, podcasts need a change. They need something fresh. And so what we're gonna do is based on our numbers, based on our analytics, we're going to kind of shorten the podcast a little bit. Not in a bad way, not saying that what we have wasn't a good product, but we're going to kind of shorten it a little bit. So the new format, it will go as such. So the first segment is normally the recap. So what we'll do is we will read off all the scores. Not going to go into detail yet, but we will acknowledge all the scores from the game. Then we're going to do what's called this. The topic is going to be called 3 in the key. So with 3 in the key, basketball fans, we know that means you have 3 seconds in the paint. You got to move around. So in our case, we have 3 minutes to talk about what game caught our eye the most, and then Sean will get 3 minutes, I'll get 3 minutes, and we'll highlight the key points, hence the word 3 in the key. Okay? Then next, instead of Player of the Week will still be acknowledged as Player of the Week on Instagram. But for our podcast segment, it will be called In Their Bag. This will highlight the player that we believe was in their bag, had it going. Maybe it was a highlight that led to something. Maybe it was a game winner. Maybe it was just an overall game. It doesn't necessarily mean a winner or a loser, but we're going to talk about the player that's in our bag. They might not even be the same player that's a candidate for a Player of the Week, but you will get acknowledged for in their bag. Now, the power rankings. Power rankings will still be, again, the power rankings on YouTube, but that segment will be called Sorry, Not Sorry. I'm going to let you decipher what you think that means. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. And then last but not least, we have our fan questions. That will stay the same. We actually, I don't know, do you want to save the fan question that we have, or do you want to do it here?
But we got time?
No, we don't. No, we don't. Okay, so we'll save that one. It's actually a really good one.
Yeah.
It's basketball related for me and Sean.
Yeah.
We'll save that for next time. So that will stay the same. A lot of times we've been getting 1 or 2 questions, so that's good. Last thing will be trending. What's trending? Basically, it's not going to be preserved for necessarily, that's like the in the news segment. So it's not going to be reserved for just sports, music, and TV. It can end up being sports, music, or TV, but it's just going to be what's trending overall. What's the biggest, hottest topic that everybody's talking about? We're going to do that for about a 5-minute segment. We'll go on a whole tangent about what's trending. Right now, what would we say? Is it still Travis Hunter? I feel like it's still
Travis still catching hell.
I feel like it's him.
Yeah, he's been catching hell for a while now. And those are fun topics.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun and right now, like I said, social media. If you guys, if you haven't been living under a rock, you can see all the skits and stuff that they're doing with Travis Hunter. They're all funny.
Yeah, I think we have the bowl championship stuff going on right now with the college playoffs. So
NBA All-Star.
Got NBA All-Star coming up.
Playoffs are coming for NFL.
Playoffs coming for NFL. Mike Brown got fired. Yeah, so we got
after he conducted a practice.
After he conducted a practice.
Who ought to have been pissed?
After he conducted, they had
about to get on the flight.
Yeah, about to get on the flight, and then he just interviewed with everyone about the game before. Like, yeah, it was a little rough, man. So.
He said that's why I get paid the big bucks. He was like, not anymore. Well, he still get paid.
Yeah,
he still get paid, but
yeah,
you're not gonna get paid to do that anymore. Yeah. Now you're gonna get paid to go away.
Yeah, man, we actually have a ton of things we probably could talk about right now, but at the end of the day, time has passed by. Oh, did you see what Jimbo Fisher did the other day too? He was at the Texas game yesterday, and he's chunking up the Longhorn side at the Texas game.
Really?
Yes. Former A&M coach that got fired last year was still owed like $75 million.
Yeah, he's still getting paid.
Yeah. So I guess he's basically like, F A&M at this point. And while they're still paying him. Isn't that cool?
Wow. That's what I say. See, you know what? And everybody want to get mad saying coaches have no allegiance. They don't.
No.
They have no loyalty.
No, they don't.
They don't. So that's why I'm happy the players are getting paid. Coaches are the most probably disloyal group of people in the world.
Absolutely. I think
besides people who buy insurance, car insurance, because I'm not loyal at all. I don't care what this insurance is called.
Yeah, man. So it's been quite a few topics over the last 3-4 weeks, man, that we could possibly talked about. And like I said, Travis Hunter is probably on the tip top, the cream of the list right now. But And I'm gonna save that for later. Hopefully, he'll kind of get out of this. Something else will happen within the next 3 weeks that we'll be talking about over that time. But shout out to Travis Hunter too, by the way. He'll hopefully a top 3 pick. Him and Shador going to, even though they got the head beat in this past weekend by BYU, which I've been saying all season.
Yeah, we said if they play, they would kill them.
Yeah, so
It's a bad matchup.
yeah, it just is.
Yeah. All right. Episode 250 in the books. The Year of Reckoning, our very first live show. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you didn't tune in, it will be available on YouTube to watch again. Very short episode. This is kind of going to be the format now. It's between 25, 30 minutes an episode. Kind of keep it to where you guys can listen to it on the way to work. I know I'll go back, probably listen to it on my downtime or sometime where I have time to listen to it for sure. Live in an undisclosed location. I'm Sean. I'm sorry. Keep doing that. That's my second time. I'm Johnny Gill.
That's true. I'm Sean.